Now I'm going to show you how you can also mix things like your acrylic paints. So if you've got your acrylic paints and you haven't got the colour you want for a project, again thinking of cards, your mixed media, home projects you're doing at home, you can also use your sparkle pens for these as well. So how I do this is to actually put some of my paint on there. I'm just using just some white acrylic paint here. You could also quite easily use gesso. Okay, Pebio do a great white gesso, and you can also pick that up from Crafter's Companion. Okay, again putting a blob of colour in there, and then this time I'm going to mix with my paintbrush. So I'm just mixing that up. Okay, yes, they're a watercolour product, but also your acrylic paint is as well, but you get that lovely colour. If you want some more colour, all you got to do is go in and add a little bit more. It might look like you're adding a lot, but actually my pens I've had for years. I've had since they actually launched, so they have lasted me a long time. So it might look like you're using a lot of product, but actually you're not. So if I go in with some white card, again the watercolour card, I've just got a stencil here, quite easily just a stencil. I'm going to go in with my paintbrush. I could go in with a sponge, I could go in with anything I want really. So if I just paint in some of those images. So this is a great way with your mixed media if you're wanting to colour anything onto canvas, anything you like really. But you can see how a little goes a long way, because we've actually used the acrylic paint to colour that. And if I go in with a sponge, that's done with the paintbrush, if I go in with the sponge and just dab some up with a sponge, and then you're going to get a different feel again. So let me just do this side with the sponge just to show you. I haven't taped any of this down. If I was doing it on a proper project I would, of course. So just by dabbing that on, you're going to get a different feel. You know, for me this is a great way to add backgrounds for scrapbook layouts as well. I love scrapbooking, as you know, great way for adding for scrapbook layouts. So if I pull this off, there you go, you've got your lovely background. Let me put that stencil there. You've got your lovely background with your sponge there, and also directly on with your brush. So that is a great way to actually colour your white acrylic paint or your gesso. And let me bring in the finished ones to show you. So here I've just done some coffee splats or splats, and again you can just see it's very subtle because we've mixed it with white. That sparkle, it's just tinging there, just gently tinging that nice little bit of sparkle. So that's using your acrylic paints.